Hey everyone, it's Kelly. Welcome to another gardening update. So this footage is what I ended up doing after the last video. It was the next day. I'd already edited all that footage and seriously thought I would have a bit more time and energy to do a whole lot more stuff, but I only kind of got a couple of bits and pieces done. Managed to fill the green bin. That was good, and it's been emptied since, so it's ready for the next haul. And I was just collecting some other bits and pieces of scrap metal and all the rubbish and just starting to weed around a little bit and seeing what was kind of loose and what could be moved, just trying to get a bit of an indication moving forward. There's a whole lot of bricks and stuff I'm moving at the moment, but I'll talk about those later. So here's the junk metal that's left over from the massive pile we had last time. So the guy's going to come back and collect that at another stage. He ran out of room and energy. It was like a 36-degree day when he came, so I said, please don't stress yourself out, just come back. I'm sure I have more than that. And doing a quick walk around, I see that he's forgotten the guttering that's here, but he did take the rainwater tank, so that's pretty good. Here's a quick pan through of the area. You can't see it very well, but this, I had a whole lot of bricks and stuff to sort of create a bit of a garden edge. So I've pulled all of those up because I kept tripping over them, and they're stacked over here on some more concrete out of the way, and we'll deal with those later. And here is that annoying tree where all the metal was caught up. So I think I'm going to have to get Jeremy to help me to dig that out because oh, it's frustrating. Right, we're going back to the orange tree and starting to pull apart all the rubbish and junk and everything else that's here. There are pots, bits of concrete, you name it, and it's here. I'm pretty impressed looking back at the footage at how good this looks. When you're in the midst of doing it, you just don't feel like you're getting anywhere. You can kind of see bits and pieces, but to look back is really good. Right, we have one of these big trellis things that, great, a tree is growing through. So looks like I'll be calling Jeremy to dig that out because I have no idea. It was meant to go up against the fence and now it's just living here. So yes, I thought I would just entertain myself a bit by kind of weeding and moving some things in some other areas because, you know, you can't stick in one area too long. And then I just figured, actually, no, I'd rather just move in a logical left from right. So we're going to go and get Jeremy, help me dig out that tree. So just a quick look around while Jeremy's collecting some tools. So the green bin is full and this area is completely clean. I'm so impressed with myself. I think it looks really good. Now at the back here is a tarp with a whole lot of stones because I had a plan. And the plan was to put that down with stones and then that would keep the weeds at bay. And look, it's probably worked. However, compared with the rest of the garden, I think we're missing just a couple hundred other tarps. So here's a close-up of the tree that's come from who knows where. And as you can see, it's very cleverly grown between the holes in the trellis. So yeah, no idea. We've got some slabs of concrete here at the back because we used to have chickens and they would kind of dig through the fencing, and next door used to have a dog, and I thought, I don't really think they want to be having chicken for dinner. Well, I don't want them having our chickens. And then they would scratch and then he would bang on the fence and oh, it was a whole thing. So here we still have the jungle that needs to be finished, and we'll eventually find what we're looking for in amongst all of this. And now through the power of television, the trellis is out, and the three trees, because there were a few different things, have been completely removed. Jeremy says he doesn't want to be on the YouTubes, so we just did it, and this is the after. So I just had to pull out the last little root of that tree that was there, and now I'm going back to weed all the rest of this. And I'm glad again that I recorded it, because looking back, it looks like I've done a lot of work. But when you're in the midst of it, it's hard work. It's only 20 degrees today, but the sun is really a killer. I have to move the camera angle a little bit later because the neighbours kept having people rock up. So you'll see me moving things around a fair bit. So now I'm back digging up all the topsoil so I can finish filling the garden beds. I knew that this was going to be the job when I started it in the first place, of digging it up, dropping it to the side, and then repacking it. We actually gave a whole trailer load away to someone on Gumtree because they were looking for some, because I figured I'd rather have less than more left over. But I think I'm going to have a lot, but then the plan will be to spread it all out and maybe even build up part of this area. We'll see how we go. I feel like I've done a lot, and then looking back at the footage, it looks like I haven't done much at all with digging up, but we still have a few to go. I just thought I would rather keep weeding and digging in some other bits and pieces for a while, because you know, you got to move around a bit, can't keep doing the same thing. And it's getting late in the day, so I'm getting pretty tired and slowing down a fair bit. I forgot to mention as well that probably on and off I was out here working for about 8 hours. So I started at 11 o'clock in the morning. I'd come out for about half an hour, and then I'd sit down for about 20 minutes or so, go back for half an hour, sit down, repeat, rinse, repeat. And then because this is on time lapse, because one, it was super windy, so I think the microphone would have picked up all the noise, so that's why I just put it on time lapse, and then it's less editing for me later, having to speed everything up. So yeah, like 5 seconds of a video is a good half an hour of work, because the camera automatically speeds it all up. I also just started tidying up some of the garden bed areas that's here, so there's still a few bits of pallets and other wood. There's a few bits of metal and stuff here too, so I'm just kind of dumping it all in that little undercover section here. And then I thought I'd just see how the weeds would go over here. This section seemed to move pretty quickly, so I thought, let's just dig them up while we're here. I will put down some newspaper and some mulch and things like that too. I'd love to get some underlay or carpet or something, because I think that would help, because there is some of that on the other side of one of the garden beds, so it works really well. Okay, it's tools down and shoes off, end of day. Thanks so much for joining with me, guys, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.